beginnings of happiness is that there is a way in which we can solve our environmental, our social, and our spiritual crises. We need to link hands to focus on a shift in the economy. A shift that would mean that we produce more of what we need closer to home. When we produce more of what we need closer to home, we reduce our need for massive amounts of energy to transport things back and forth across the world, which means more packaging, more irradiation, more refrigeration, more preservatives. So producing closer to home is one of the best things we can do to reduce our use of energy and to reduce our waste of many other materials like plastics. At the same time that we start rebuilding the connection between producers and consumers, we actually start rebuilding a sense of community, of interdependence with one another. The most beautiful expression of this is in the local food movement, which is gaining momentum across the world. And it is demonstrating that it's actually possible to reduce pollution while increasing productivity. It's demonstrating that it's possible for farmers to earn more money while consumers pay less.
Probably the happiest moments of my life are related around my family, my marriage, my wedding day, and times with my wife, and also the birth of my 4 children. Probably the most happiest times I can remember.
Working with the Ladakhi people in India, and I saw the life from them were very simple, but they are happy. They are happy with them what they have. So in other countries we don't have it. We want to have more and more, and we are not happy with that what we have.
Last week when I went surfing in Sydney, it was pretty amazing.
I think it was my 21st birthday, just having all my family and friends come together, and yeah, everyone was having a great time.
Happiest moment of my life, I think, is something I'm probably going through right now. I'm about to give birth to my first child in a couple of months, and this year I started a plastic-free year, and I was a little bit nervous about how to bring a baby into the world and be plastic-free, but I am finding so much joy at the moment through people just bringing me and sort of donating and lending free stuff to me that they no longer need, and what it means that I can bring this baby into the world and I don't need to purchase plastic things. I've got my feeding bottles, my nappies, my pram, my cot, I've got everything second hand. It's all coming round and it's just feeling great.
I think so. I'm a web developer, and it can be a struggle to find clients, and I think, you know, with the economic problems, you know, people have been a bit reticent to take on new jobs. So I think, you know, with a better economy, I'd have more clients.
I don't think so. I don't think my better off life is related to the growth of the economy. But the economy has been growing for the last few years, and I don't think it has made much difference for many people. It has made a lot of difference to the small elite, definitely, but that's my view.
I don't think it probably will change my life much at all if the Australian economy got better next year. The reason being is that I've been in a pretty secure job for the last couple of years, but I've had no pay rises. This year I'm starting a family, so I've had my own child as well as my partner's moved in with his own child, so we've got a blended family. I've got the tightest budget I've ever had in my whole life this year, and yet I'm probably the happiest.
Well, possibly in the short term, financially maybe, you know, with the increase in my investments and things like that, but yeah, who knows. It's how things are consumed and how things are wasted, I think in the long term can make a big difference to whether we're better off or not.
For too long, Australia's major political parties and many of Australia's economists have relied upon economic growth as the solution to all of our problems. But in recent years, even though our economy has been growing strongly, that hasn't translated into better outcomes for our environment, and it isn't translating into a better quality of life for Australians or a more cohesive and purposeful Australian community. So at the Australian Conservation Foundation, we're working hard to put people and the environment back at the center of economics. In the new economics program at the Australian Conservation Foundation, we're measuring the specific economic contribution of our wetlands. We're developing up new ways of measuring progress that make more sense to real Australians, and we're focused on changing our institutions and changing the way that economics is actually practiced on the ground to get better outcomes for our society and for our environment. Have a look at our website to see the mission of the new economics program and some of the exciting projects that we're actually undertaking.